With the RuneScape Showdown by Mr. IronAraxxor, RuneScape 3's version of old school RuneScape's Gilnor games, coming to a conclusion, it is time for me to review it, and most importantly, share tidbits of information with you guys that you didn't see in the episodes.
Bro, I am so I dug every single square besides step one, bro. Oh! Ah! Okay, anyway, sorry, I'm done.
I will mainly be showing you guys raw clips of my own perspective, and this goes without saying, but a massive spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the showdown, or simply don't know what it is, it's RuneScape 3's version of the Gilnor games, originally created by Super S and made for RuneScape 3 by IronAraxxor himself. And if you don't know what that is, it's 10 content creators taking part in various challenges. Every single week, one gets eliminated, and the winner goes home with a massive GP prize. So in this video, I will go through all the episodes, one by one, some in more detail than others, and give some thoughts behind the scenes and show you some unseen footage where possible. And this goes without saying, but to prevent some of you keyboard warriors from typing, yes, of course, I have permission to show all of this by the Golden Gnome winner, Mr. IronAraxxor. Comment anyway, as it helps the algorithm, and leave a like in the video, subscribe if you're new, as we're still trying to get to 10k subscribers by the end of 2025. But enough yapping, my name's Chevalric, and let's talk about it. Before we even get to episode 1, getting invited for something like this was just incredible. I'm a huge fan of the Gilnor games and would have loved to take part of it, but obviously that would never happen as I'm not a big old school RuneScape creator, nor a big enough RuneScape 3 creator. If one were to even be invited, I would definitely not be on the list. So when Rax came to me with this idea, a good one, as there have been attempts made to recreate this a few times before, I was insanely excited. And fun fact, the first behind the scenes thing, all of this was recorded in one day. It was actually supposed to be one big video, kind of a proof of concept type of deal before we would make a full season, but there was so much content that Rax decided to make a season anyway, and he did a wonderful job if you ask me. He did put a lot of pressure on me though, as he said a day before recording when we were doing some audio and video testing, "Be my content machine, Chev." Thanks. I appreciate it. More pressure alongside the notion that people already think I'm bad at the game. Plus, I'm up against some of RuneScape 3's best players. To be fair, in hindsight, I think I did pretty well, but at the time I was like, oh no, what if I go out in the first round? So my mindset going into the competition was to actually try and win, obviously. Even though I knew I wasn't the best there, I'm a competitive person. If you compete in something, you should do so to win, but I also knew, realistically, that winning would be insanely difficult, so I also went in there to create chaos and try to be as entertaining as I could be. I do have to say that not all my devious little plans went accordingly. In episode 1, for example, when deciding the teams for the challenge, I thought, people will expect me to be with Protox, but what if I trade everyone and try and kind of throw them off? But only Ryan actually noticed it, so that plan didn't really work. Don't worry, we get onto Mr. Plot Armor in a little bit. At this point, we actually didn't know what the challenge would be, and that it would be hide and seek, but obviously I was happy to be with Protox because, well, he's my friend and we have good chemistry. But not knowing what the challenge was did actually add a bit of tension to the choice, because what if it wasn't something that he is good at? There isn't much to say about the actual episode itself regarding specific insights that weren't obvious in the episode, but Protox not trading the first round was so funny, and honestly, not costing us made it such a memorable and fun moment to me.
Oh, wait, we had to trade him?
Yeah, she had to trade him.
Oh, are you serious?
No! Please don't tell me you threw it because you didn't! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh!
Yeah, but,
oh, please. Please!
hold on.
Oh no!
I'm activating the sad walk. Wait, low are allowed? Okay, dude, I'm gonna look. I'm already in the sad walk, man.
Protox!
Can you dance with me?
No, I don't even want to see you. And if he doesn't count your arrival, then
No. Shh. He'll never know, man. He'll never know. He'll forget. Round two.
Protox did actually hard carry me with this round, as truthfully, I had no clue about the first and third image, so thank you, my friend. I'll promise not to backstab you. Speaking of being devious, in hindsight, Rax was the devious one here, as he obviously knew that the elimination round would be between teammates. You sneaky bastard. So me versus Protox would have been top tier betrayal content, but thankfully it ended up being a marital dispute. The elimination was fun to watch between Crystal and my crew, and I remember us all sitting in the call together, watching them, and also kind of not knowing where the location was, but eventually Mike caught on and eliminated his own wife. Damn, bro. Better have a good redemption arc. Episode 2, in my opinion, is the best episode because it was such an incredible challenge. The wilderness run. Run to 3 locations and trade Mr. IronAraxxor. But we could freeze each other with entangles, pull each other back with the lava whip, and it was actually in legacy mode as well, which benefited Rayo a little bit because he is a legacy locked Ironman. So obviously, I had to go into the DMs and make a truce with the man himself, which he accepted, and so did Protox. Yeah, we'll get into it. What you didn't see, however, is that I actually messaged pretty much everyone, as my plan was to have full immunity because everyone would trust me and I wouldn't freeze them. Well, as you saw, you shouldn't trust me. And this is also the beauty of videos like this, because the moment that I froze Protox, I actually had no idea that I actually froze Protox at the start, and nor did he even know that I did freeze him. The magic of editing, and honestly, that was such a good touch by Rax, creating a little bit of like a betrayal story arc, but still all fun and games. Sid did become a bit of a meme, however, as I knew that wilderness equals toxicity. So I had to do something with it, but obviously I can't be too toxic because, I actually like these people and I don't have anything against them. So I made sure to freeze them and tell people to sit. Some actually did at Ripper Demon, so you could say I was prophesizing. Anyway, we weren't allowed to use the wilderness obelisks, obviously, but this happened.
no, we don't want to teleport. No! If someone teleported with that would have been the best play ever, bro. That would have been like a 10 million IQ play.
If the person who froze me there used the obelisk, which, by the way, if the roles were reversed, I would have done so, I would have been absolutely screwed, as it would have randomly teleported me to any of the other obelisks in the wilderness. Hindsight would tell us that some of RuneScape's best PVMers struggle with Ripper Demons, but oh my, what a moment that would have been. At this point, I knew I wasn't last, as I saw someone running behind me, which to me was the aim of the game anyway. Just don't be last and eventually you'll win. So once everyone was in and we were sitting there doing our own headcounts, we realized 2 people were missing, and well, Wuzzy Bear and Mr. Plot Armor himself were back in Edgeville and ready for an elimination round. This was an absolute nail-biter, and the fact that Ryan won with the most well-timed whip spec in RuneScape history was just absolute cinema, and made for, in my opinion, the best moment in the entire showdown.
Oh,
Wait, if he got him! No way! Oh,
Yes. No way.
Splash.
No way.
This couldn't be better, to be honest.
No way.
This guy with the win!
No. No.
Moments like these almost seem scripted, and the fact it wasn't, and everything that happened in the showdown was just perfect, even my own elimination, is just, it's just incredible. Like, you can't make it up. Episode 3, the team bingo, wasn't as close as it seemed. There isn't much to talk about besides us making sure we had a good strategy at the start. Call out which item you're going for, so no one is collecting the same thing.
I think you just pick an item and everyone just pick an item and say lock in.
Yeah.
And then that is your item.
Yeah.
And then only do one item at a time. Don't go for 2 and get greedy because you're going to probably lose it. It's fast to tell you back to Castle Wars, so only do one item at a time.
Are we going to go obscure items first, or are we going to go simple items first?
Simple, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, probably simple.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to be fast.
Equip one of your necklaces and one of your rings, because then you can quickly select where you want to go.
Oh yeah, good point.
And this, I feel like, gave us the win, because I don't know what the other team was doing, but in reality, we absolutely smoked them. I remember us getting to 13 out of 25, meaning we won, and just saying to each other, let's whitewash them and make it 15 to 10, which we ended up doing. I was actually quite surprised watching the episode back and seeing how intense Rax made it look, when in reality it wasn't even close, dude. This was fun, and seeing the team I was put in by my crew, the winner of the previous challenge, actually made me laugh, because Rayo has so much knowledge of the game due to his niche account, Stormy is the closest to actually completing RuneScape, and Silence is such an underrated player. Oh, and I do have a lot of game knowledge as well, from mainly Iron Man and old school RuneScape, but also being comped and nearly trimmed in RuneScape 3. So, just putting a caveat here though, because yeah, sure, my crew could have picked his own team and put the best players in them. He didn't actually know what the challenge would be when he did pick the teams, but I feel like regardless of the challenge, ours would have done extremely well. Unless it was a PVM heavy challenge, then we were maybe screwed, but then again, Silence and Rayo are very competent PVMers, and I know Stormy is really good as well, so I would have maybe let the team down, but we would have done an okay job. But yeah, it's a little bit of a caveat there, but I do think we had an incredible team for something like this. Seeing Protoss go home was very sad, but it wasn't me. And I knew at one point that I would lose him as an ally. I would have preferred it to happen later, and obviously I want my friend to do as well as possible, but there weren't any challenges afterwards where I could have really benefited from having an ally. Still, Mr. Protox, next time, let's make it to the finals together, but I will beat you though. Just saying. Oh, and how did no one catch me actually betraying Protox at the start of this episode? Reading the comments on this was so funny to me, as the Batbones were just too OP. Episode 4, the money making challenge, was a hard one to record for me. I knew that after my first plan, shop runs, was not allowed, the Dino Propellant was going to be the play, and well, it was. I came in first. If it wasn't for Rayo being an absolute spoon with the big pages, fair play on the gamble, my man, fair play. But the difficulty was more in making it entertaining. Sure, we had the battle between me and Silenced, but truthfully, after pointing out a few times that my searches were better, or me or him searching into a wall, there wasn't much to commentate on, because we're just doing the same thing over and over again for 15 minutes.
I don't think I can actually make them explode whilst running. I'm gonna try. No, it makes you stand still. I forgot about that.
Rax did a great job at making this episode entertaining to watch afterwards, and it was interesting to see what the others did, because during the competition, I didn't really get to see or hear much of what anyone really did during the challenges, as it was straight on to the next one. But Stormy, brother, 40,000 hours into the game, and you don't know that the Teaks and Miscellanea don't give you resources, deserved elimination, mate. Sorry. I love you though, man. Stormy, you are the GOAT. Episode 5, the tailor-made Chevalric episode, First to Die. This was written in the stars. My intro is in Dev's office, and I won the First to Die challenge with 1 minute over the competition to spare, and finishing it in 1 minute 45. Absolute scenes, and you're watching my raw footage in the background. Shout out to Tento and Vertoso, by the way, as they went there in one of their First to Die challenges, and it just came to mind when I was doing it, and I was like, I need to go to the Wyverns. The great thing about this one was that we were all at the monastery, and Rask asked us if we were all ready for the next challenge, and he simply said, you're not allowed to use any teleport methods, only agility shortcuts and charters. First to Die, go.
So, in this challenge, it's a very simple one this time. You are not allowed to use any teleports, no lodestones, no max guild, no nothing. Travel methods are okay, so you could use a boat. And the name of the game is simple. All you have to do is be the first to die. Go.
This really made you lock in straight away, and thankfully, I am a quick thinker. Charter ship, and let's see from there. Once I was at the charters in Karamja, I knew Wyverns were my best bet, and well, they were. I do have to say, however, that coming back into the call was a bit of a weird one, as the vibe was a bit off. At this point, I did not know 3 competitors broke the rules, and Rax didn't have this plan. But yet again, just with everything that happened in the showdown, it worked out perfectly fine, so this made it so there would be an elimination round and make the episode a little bit longer. Fair play to Rayo, Pop, and Silence, by the way. They were very upfront about what happened, and they suggested themselves to do an elimination round. Honestly, it would have been really unfair on Mr. RS if he was eliminated when others cheated, and fair play to the guys about not making a fuss about it. However, people got very angry about them using the can-dos in the comment section of the video. To me, it's not a teleportation method, plus it takes quite a long time to actually make it, so it's fair play in my opinion, and quite smart, although bound skeletons were probably the fastest way to die, guys. Come on, listen to the expert here. Episode 6, and the one that ended my journey. The clue scrolling episode. Content I don't really do. Oh wait, I'm closing in on 10,000 clues completed. Well, let's start with the first part of this and the telly grabbing incident. This one really pissed me off a lot, as RuneScape 3 clunkiness just screwed me over and I was too used to RuneLite's anti-drag feature at the time. Yes, I know you can lock the ability bar, but it wasn't. But the reason why I was upset about it is because I would have yet again smoked the competition as I solved all of the anagrams within like 20 to 30 seconds, and that actually ended up saving me due to telegrabbing being so annoying, but it would have been great to win back-to-back challenges.
That's a Jengaberry. You can't reach that. Okay, you can't telegrab things in this game. Oh no, make a gold bar. Oh, I didn't get it. Can I really not telegrab it? I swear to God, I'm like messing it up or something.
In reality, Rayo would have saved me anyway, as he was killing bugs in Karamja. Brother, you used the wiki and still didn't find the location of the Jenga berries, and I am getting flamed for telegrabbing instead. Outrageous. To be fair though, when I looked at the items, I was actually sitting there like, nah, they can't be that easy. Surely there has to be some sort of caveat to them. But no, the caveat was my inability to telegrab, although the editing made it seem a lot more intense than it actually was, because I didn't finish that much later after Mike, and the people that came after me kind of came a lot later as well, so it wasn't as bad, but it was just still quite annoying. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, the map clues and the truth about my elimination to Mr. Plot Armor himself, DRS guy, aka Ryan. Regarding the first 2 rounds, the first one I simply got wrong, and the second one I wasn't fast enough with. So it was me versus Mr. Plot Armor, DRS guy. And here is the truth about my elimination. IronAraxxor needed Ryan to make it to the final because of the views and the storyline of him scraping by with every single challenge. So I was kindly asked in the DMs to throw the final, plus it would actually be believable because this is something I would do and it would be very entertaining for viewers to watch. And that really is what happened. Because it was definitely not me being in a panic because I didn't know the location at first, saw Ryan be there and teleporting away, me miscounting the steps on the map and not being able to find it, and then randomly digging everywhere and still not finding it.
Where is it? Nah, mate, I'm fucked. Where? There's a fucking tree here. And there's a tree is it here? Nah, mate, I'm screwed. I am screwed. I don't know where it is. Nah. Bro, where is it? Okay, that's the fucking hut. Right. So it's like 2 and then here. It has to be here, bro.
Yeah, for those who don't have sarcasm detectors, it was the mentioned above. I simply fumbled under pressure as I just couldn't find it and miscounted the steps twice. Got it wrong and panicked. When you are in a situation like this, when you want to win, but then something doesn't add up, it's very difficult. It's no excuse, however, but I was really tired. I think at this point we were like 3 or 4 hours into this recording session, which is very intense, by the way. I had the biggest caffeine crash of my life, and then I was under immense pressure knowing that thousands of people were watching, and it's simply a skill issue. And good games to Ryan for staying calm and collected, getting his spade and traveling there from Narnia. We were in the same situation, both in panic modes, and he just handled it better than me, so he won.
Bro, this is fucking shit,
Guys,
man.
I've got the item.
Yeah, no, you won,
Can you
mate.
hear me, please?
GG.
I know,
No, you
you
won,
won.
GG. Bro, I am so fucking... I dug every single fucking square besides that one, bro. Oh!
You dug every single square around it.
Ah! Okay, anyway, sorry, I'm done. I'm done.
fair.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough, GG. Bro,
I will be sending you a screenshot of how close. you
No,
are.
like dude, GG. By the way, GG. Like, it is
Yeah,
what it
GG,
is.
Chef. Respect to you. I do.
I
appreciate
lost
that
to
you
a
volunteered.
freaking
I wouldn't
spade.
have.
It did really suck to go out like this. I mean, as a content creator, I can see it as top tier entertainment, but as the competitor that I am, it really just sucked. And it still hurts till this day, because I know I could have survived at least another week. However, the next challenge, the PVM one, I probably would have not survived because I don't know the mechanics of the Blue Rex Matriarch, and it could have for sure sent me home. But GG's to everyone tying and giving us a very entertaining final. My crew absolutely nailed it, and good effort to Ryan coming so close to winning as well, but silenced. My man. As a fellow Yapper Group Ironman member, I'm slightly disappointed in you, but I still love you, and GG's to your incredible performance throughout the season as well. And I guess that is all for my insights. I do want to take a moment to thank everyone watching and supporting IronAraxxor with this incredible project. He worked on this for 6 months, and seeing the behind the scenes of all the work he has done, even with some setbacks along the way, it's simply inspirational, and I have nothing but respect for my guy. He created a truly special moment in RuneScape 3 history, and something that I would remember for the rest of my life. So Mr. Rax, thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this. I hope I was the content machine you needed me to be, and I can't wait to see what you were cooking up next. And to all of you that made it this far, I appreciate you supporting me through this journey and listening to my rambles, well, more so my love letter to the RuneScape Showdown. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye. RuneScape Season 2.